Car payments. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about the worst financial decision I made. So back in 2020, I got a Honda Passport, a 2021 Honda Passport. It was about 46K and the monthly payment was 750. It was a nice vehicle, don't get me wrong. It was super nice. But that's when I learned a valuable lesson about car payments. Car payments are honestly the worst thing you can have because not only are you going to be making that car payment, you have to do insurance, then you have to do gas, and any other things you have to do related to the car is going to be coming out of your pocket. This is where the story takes a turn. They stole the Honda Passport. Came outside one morning, it was just gone. Finito, no evidence, just poof, gone. In that moment, felt violated. Wow. But as I look back at it now, not having that 750 car payment and pushing my humble 2006 Corolla, blessing. Car payments are not fun.
Well, guys, he is not lying. Car payments are not fun, and they could actually end up putting you in financial disaster. One thing I always like to bring up whenever we're talking about this subject exactly is think about what you could do with the money that you're putting towards your car. Now, don't get me wrong, guys. Trust me. I love cars. I do. I just don't own anything cool right now because I don't seem it necessary for me to go out and spend what these new cars are costing right now. Because I don't know about you guys, but I don't know if you've recently walked through a car dealership and looked at what some of the prices are on some of these cars or trucks. The trucks are astronomically high. It is insane to see what some of these dealers are trying to get for these trucks. Now, for me, what I would love to see is car prices come down quite a bit if we end up going into some sort of a recession. And that's, a place where people tend to not spend as much whenever they're falling on tough times as going out and buying a brand new car. Because I've been kind of sitting on the sidelines for years now wanting to buy a truck, but with the prices continuously going higher, I just can't find myself to do it. I can't. I just walked through a dealership the other day. I was just looking around. I really, really, really want to get like a nice truck. Just something, because like this old car I've been driving is too much, but I cannot see myself dropping, $50,000+ on a new truck. It's crazy. And really my biggest thing I want is like the new technology. I want Apple CarPlay and a good sound system because what I'm listening to now sucks. And regular radio sucks too, by the way.
I'm not normally a jealous person, but when I see the videos on TikTok of the girlies, it's like the POV, you chose the 1990 to 2000, whatever, fill in the blank, little crappy car instead of the car payment. I want to get out of my car payment so badly. I don't know how. I pay $700 a month. I had to get the leather and the bucket seats. Like, I did this for what? It's not worth it. Let this be your sign. Take the car without the car payment. The joy I would feel listening to my CDs. By the way, I have CDs. This car, for whatever reason, has a CD player. So, like, I have my CDs. But, like, the joy I would feel listening to my CDs in, like, a 1990 Land Cruiser or, like, a 1970 Ford F-250. That's, like, my dream truck. Or, like, a little Ford Ranger Beater, 2002. This, it's not it.
That's very important to understand out there, guys. Like, let's think about this for a second. When you go buy something new, something exciting, something that feels good, a new car, for example, it's exciting, right? It pumps you up. You want to go out to the garage and sit in it and smell that new car smell, and you want to go take it on a nice ride if it's nice outside, show off your new whip, your new purchase. But then let's fast forward like a year. 12 months, 18 months. What happens? That car no longer has that new feeling. Now, it's just a car. You've driven it long enough. You're used to it. Everything in there, all the bells and whistles are no longer new. They may be nice, but they're no longer new to you. So that new feeling wears off. And then you get this, exactly what she's talking about. Then everything starts setting in of, oh my gosh, this car payment. It's drowning me. Imagine what I could do with an extra $800 a month to my name. That is why I try to make these videos, to prevent you guys from going and making that same mistake. Yes, I know cars are awesome. I know cars are fun. But when it comes down to it, guys, buying the car, if you can't necessarily pay in cash for that car, well then first, let's be honest, you can't afford it. You know, and yes, could you afford the payment? Yes, probably, but is it the best financial decision to make? No. No, it's not. I would much rather see everyone out there who can't go pay cash for their car, go buy a beater, you know, put some money away for maintenance. Because here's the other thing. People are always like, oh, why would I go spend money on a beater car when I got to have maintenance and fix all these issues? Well, like, yeah, like, let's say this. Like, my G6 I drive a paid-off 2009 Pontiac G6 that my wife's had since high school. She got it from graduation in high school, and it still gets me from A to B. AC and heat still work. And I look at that and I was like, okay, I have no payment, and if things break on it, I can just fix it. Because let's be honest, someone who has an $800,000 car payment, which is still just mind-blowing to me, I can't justify that for not wanting to deal with maintenance. Because let's say I go fix something on my G6, right? Maybe it's $600, $700. You know, okay, maybe if it's pretty intense of a maintenance item, it's, you know, $2,500, $3,000. If you have a $750 payment, that $3,000 expense is covered in 4 months. From you paying your car payment for just 4 months, that now completely covers that massive maintenance item that you had to fix for $2,500 to $3,000. So when you actually do the math, it's like, okay, how often are you putting $3,000 into your car? Not, I guarantee you, not every 4 months. There's no way. You may have a big expense come up every now and then, but not every 4 months. So I look at it as, I'm like, okay, I'll just put a little bit of cash to the side, and then whenever something, you know, breaks in the car, yes, it's inconvenient, it sucks, but I'll just pay for that maintenance issue to get it fixed. Then you pay the fee up front, get your car fixed, and then you're back to not having a car payment. But if you want to go get a $45,000, $50,000 car, and now you have a payment of $750 every single month, and then could still have maintenance issues, it doesn't make sense to me. Buy the beater until you got your money right, and then you can afford to go buy yourself a little bit of an upgrade in cars.
What's your car payment and what do you drive?
$2,600 a month, and I drive my High Country Silverado when I'm not driving my M4.
What's your car payment and what do you drive?
My car payment is $835, and I drive a 2023 Corvette.
What's your car payment and what do you drive?
$400, and I drive a 2015 GMC Sierra.
What's your car payment and what do you drive?
I drive a Trailblazer Active, and I pay $408 a month.
What's your car payment and what do you drive?
I have a 2024 Silverado, and my payments are $699 a month.
What's your car payment and what do you drive?
My car payment is $0 a month and I drive a hand-me-down 06 Mercury. What's your car payment and what do you drive?
Straight cash, homie. I drive a 2024 Duramax.
Straight cash for the win. Cash is king, baby. But oh my gosh, $2,600 a month in car payments? Yo, that is insane to me. I could not imagine writing a $2,600 check every single month. That is a mortgage. That's a mortgage, guys. I cannot imagine that.
What's the interest rate on this thing?
It's above 20%.
No.
I think
what are you doing?
If it's not exactly 20%, it's above 20%.
With a minimum monthly payment of $836. But that's not what matters, because guess what? You're past due.
I'm not past due anymore.
What do you mean you're not past due anymore? You caught up completely? You made the full $1,751.90 payment?
No. What I did was I filled out some paperwork with my finance company and moved to my past due payments to the end of my term and then made a payment.
Okay, well, it was still added. You didn't catch up. You're just future you.
But it's current, and it's reporting to my credit as current.
Yeah.
So... You know,
I get it, but you're just
on paper. So
yeah, what do you plan to do? You're underwater by 60%.
I'm going to keep it until I can get into something else.
Yeah, how are you getting rid of this in the loan? Being underwater 60% by getting into something else.
Caleb.
Yes.
It's a 7-year term. Yes. I am 34 and I plan on being a nurse before I'm 40.
Okay.
Nurses make bank, especially travel nurses.
And you want to be a travel nurse?
I'm going to start off as one, yes.
Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, boy. Okay, first, never buy a car banking on what your income is going to be in the future, guys. That is a recipe for disaster. And also when you're buying a car, if you are going to get a payment, like obviously not everyone's gonna agree with me and they're gonna want to go get payments on the cars. I get it. Whatever. I think it's your life. You do what you want. I'm just saying what works for me financially. But if you do go get a car payment, please, to the good Lord above, do not go get a car payment and sign that paper when that interest rate is 20+%. Guys, I watch these videos and I watch these clips and I think to myself, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm used to it. And then I see stuff like that and I'm just like, what the heck? Stuff like this is going on every single day. People are making these decisions financially and setting themselves back so much every single day, when the root of this, guys, the main point that I try to make is what everyone's goal should be, is to become financially free. And yes, it can happen as long as you take the correct steps. Live below your means. Don't go buying foolish items like a car that you're going to overpay for, have a 20+% interest rate and a $750+ $100 a month payment. That's not what we do. Instead, what we do is we live below our means. Yes, you can still have fun and go do things that are exciting, but focus on your expenses. Focus on the money you have going out first, because that's where you can have the quickest action and quickest change when it comes to your monthly budget. And then once you get that under hand, right, then you can start working on increasing your income. Take on a side hustle, get a part-time job, and then work towards whatever your goal is. Saving up for your first emergency fund, start paying off some debt, start investing for your retirement and your financial future. Those are the keys here, guys. That is what you should be striving towards every single day. It's just like fitness, right? If you're not going to the gym and not eating right, you're not going to be getting healthy and you're not going to see the results in your body that you want to see. The same thing applies for your finances. If you're not constantly keeping an eye on what you're doing financially, you're never going to get to that end goal of what most people should have, is true financial freedom. And true financial freedom is when you have enough money coming in where you can live off your investments and pay for the lifestyle that you choose to live and not have to work another day in your life. But continuously making decisions like this throughout your life, you're probably never gonna get there. I hate to say it, but it's the truth. Like, if you're not paying attention to your finances at all, you're never gonna be truly set up financially. And then when you get to your older years, you're going to be like, how the hell am I going to pay for everything? You don't want to do that. So start making the changes now.
Okay, so I keep seeing TikToks on the woman that was talking about what she drove and how ridiculous her car payment was. So I want to know what you drive and what your car payment is. I drive a 2021 GMC Acadia, and my payment is $730 a month. So much money. So yeah, and I'm just nosy. I want to know. So let me know in the comments what you're driving and what you pay for a month. But also to add, I do drive a paid off 2013 Buick Regal. I use that as my daily driver, and honestly, it kind of makes me want to get rid of my Acadia just because of the payment.
Don't blame me one bit, hun. I don't blame you one bit. Give me that Buick to drive all day, and I'll ride that thing like it's going out of style. When I got the G6, the cool part about the G6 is it does have the sunroof, so like that's nice. Like on a nice day, you can just pop the sunroof open, turn on the shitty radio or the music front speakers don't even work, but you can at least listen to something. But lately, I've been taking my JBL speaker. I just need to get a damn freaking new truck. I've been taking my JBL speaker and putting it in the front seat, and I hook it up to my phone and listen to music that way because I hate regular radio. I've gotten spoiled to Spotify and listen to podcasts and the music that I want to listen to. So now I just put the speaker in the car and it's what I jam out to. But if you guys are out there watching this video and you have the car payment, or you have recently thought about going to get a new car and tried to figure out what that budget may be on what you want to spend every month on a car payment, the one thing I want to kind of mention with this is, please make sure you're understanding that if you are thinking about buying a house down the road, this payment could affect how much house you could afford to purchase. And this is what I mean by that.
If you have a $700 car payment, do you realize that is a $100,000 mortgage? When I'm pre-qualifying someone and they want a 350 home because they love it and they went to the open house and they want to make an offer on it and they have a $700 car payment, now it's $250. I can approve you.
Yeah, but okay, so you're taking that $90,000 Yukon.
Yeah.
What, rolling it back up to an apartment complex? You're like,
exactly.
You look awesome, dude.
Those car payments are affecting other things than just your monthly finances. Like if you're thinking about going and buying a house down the road, that's one thing that could affect you, because what mortgage brokers look at when they're trying to pre-approve you for a loan is what your DTI is, your debt to income. And if you have a $750 plus dollar a month car payment, that's really going to affect your DTI unless you're making a massive amount of money every single month. That's going to have a deep effect on your DTI, which, like she said, could prevent you from not being able to get the home that you truly want or can truly afford because, well, you're stuck paying this damn car payment. Guys, when it comes down to it, car payments they're not fun. They set you back tremendously. So the next time you're going about thinking about purchasing that car, think about, one, do you really need it? And two, is the car that you have now, will it work? And you know what I mean by that. Like, do you feel safe driving it? Like, is it really gonna get you from A to B? Maybe you need to stick a couple $1,000s into it to get it, fixed up to how you need it. That's what you have to think about. That $2,000 to $3,000 to fix up the car you have now is gonna benefit you much in the long run than going out and spending $45,000+ on a car. It just is. So before you go car shopping next, think to yourself, do I really need this car payment?